Andrew Schultz, who has his finger on the pulse of the Bachelorette, the psychology of the mansion, what's going on with the guys. I mean, where do we begin, Andy?
Most salacious, most dramatic season ever of any Bachelor or Bachelorette. Never have any have more people left the show on their own free will and accord, right, Jill? It's been crazy, and it kicks off where we left off last episode with Ian, very disgruntled. Ian not feeling that Caitlin is in it for him. Ian saying, you know what, it's time to get honest. Ian lays out what he thinks about Caitlin and decides to choose his own destiny. Here's a look of Ian's conversation with Caitlin.
I came here expecting to meet the girl that had her heart broken and was devastated by Chris Soules, not the girl that wanted to get her field plowed by Chris. I feel like you're here to make out with a bunch of dudes on TV. Bringing Nick in, I don't question his intentions, I question your intentions. I really see you as a surface level person at this stage. I wonder if you're really that shallow, because I don't see anything beyond the surface.
Whoa, he did not mince on words.
No, he did not. And she took so much offense to being called shallow. She doesn't see it. He's offended. If you got to go and you don't feel like being there, you know, take yourself out of the game. But he had a lot of bravado talking about he'd be the next Bachelor and women would come flocking to him if he was the Bachelor. Ian takes off. He leaves the show. That was in New York City. Rose ceremony happens. Two guys of note. Josh is sent home, and he was one of those guys who, she said, be honest, he was very vocal about Nick, the newbie, and as a result, he gets the 86, and Josh goes home. That was in New York. Then it's off to Dublin, Ireland, and they go to Dublin, Ireland, and it is beautiful. The guys, and one of the guys says, you know what, I've never been off the continent, never been out of the USA, so it's pretty interesting and eye-opening for these guys. But there's the first date out the gate. That first date is a one-on-one, and it is with Nick. They go and they check out the sights. Caitlin and Nick are checking out all things in Dublin. They do, of course, walking around the cobblestone streets, having a blast, checking out the sights and sounds, and they have whiskey. Lots and lots of whiskey with dinner, and maybe some more whiskey tastings. And at the end, she invites him in for a tour of her suite at the hotel. Here's a look.
It terrifies me to think that time alone I had with Nick could ruin my relationships with other guys. I don't want to hurt any of their feelings.
Yeah, I mean, again, we used that time to, again, continue to get to know each other, had dinner. Caitlin kind of surprised me. She said, hey, do you just want to go back to my suite? We just sat on her couch. It was more just casual and just talk some more.
Is that the truth?
Well, you know, here's the thing. From what you see, and it's a TV show, he was there very late. You did see Caitlin there at one point. Yeah, she's hanging off the balcony going, if he lets the guys know, you know, how crazy this date was, I could be in big trouble. She regrets it instantly. Nick's got this smile on his face. He's the most hated man in the house to begin with. This could not work well for Nick and his future in the house of the Bachelorette in this season. So she's hoping and just inside going, hope nobody hears anything. But more than anything, I think it's the lady's favorite is Sean. Sean always, you know, has a lack of confidence. He builds up his, you know, he opens himself up, lets his guard down. But things like this happen. He doesn't want to bring his guard back up. So eventually, at the very end of the show, Sean decides he wants to find out what happened on that date, how serious she is about Nick. So Sean goes in to confront Caitlin.
I just want to see you.
Oh my God. What is going on?
What? You tell me.
I just hope he's not here to talk to me about what happened with Nick. It's gonna kill me if Sean tells me he doesn't want to be here anymore because of the stupid mistake I made.
What are you thinking?
A lot. You made one mistake.
What happened? Did he stay?
There's a bleep. No, that's the very end. That's the big teaser, because the whole thing comes full circle. Ian doesn't think she's in it, as we showed you that clip. The Nick date is fabulous, beyond expectations, salacious. And then at the end, Nick, who might be her #1 choice, I think, outside of Nick, is going to call her on it. We have to wait till Monday at 9 on City to find out what happens with Sean. Does he confront her? Does he leave? Do some of the other guys leave? You never know. We're down to about 6 or 7 bachelors here. It is getting thick. That's the halfway point of the season, Joe.
It would not be an episode of The Bachelorette if there wasn't a crying over the balcony scene.
There's that. And there was no hot tubbing, I believe, if I can recall from last night. So that was the first replaced with the balcony.
The season is young. There could be hot tubs ahead. Thank you very much, Andy, for delving into the world of The Bachelorette.